I wasn't really expecting much.
It was my favorite class. It's not just theory in a textbook. It's real world, real situations.
Their work can be used as a portfolio piece that they can show to potential employers in the future.
I thought we'd have more time than we did.
So one thing that's important for the student to understand is that deadlines are key. It is so important in news reporting not to procrastinate, because when you procrastinate, then you don't do work to the best of your potential, and the work that you do is published into a newspaper that the entire school reads.
It was challenging when we had to cover stories that involved people that weren't always willing to talk.
You have to be on the verge of annoying them. You have to keep on questioning them, emailing them, calling them, physically going to their office and saying, "Hi, are you available for some comment?"
Someone once told me there's always a way to get to this story.
The accent really is a big publicity thing for them, and they really want to be in it.
Try your hardest. Be persistent. Don't take no for an answer. If person A isn't willing to talk, go to person B. If the office is closed, go online. Get that extra information. Go the extra mile, because your name is going to go on that story.
On occasion, stories will come across that, or come up that is like, man, really people are going to find this interesting?
My most boring story was the telescope mount that was put in, and it was a story about a 3-foot tall piece of metal pipe sticking out of the ground.
The Southern accent is a tool for not only the students and the faculty to read and learn about what's happening with the university, but it's also a tool for the public, for parents, for donors to the university to see what is the university doing to make life at Southern, life for a Southern student, the best that it can possibly be. And it's important for those stories to get told.
As for interview tips,
write all your questions down. Make sure you come with at least a whole page of questions.
And start with the softer questions. Like, tell me about the event. Tell me what's going on.
Sometimes you can ask a question and then that nice little pause of silence. They hate awkward silence, so they'll fill it in. Don't worry about it.
Ultimately, news is different from public relations. Try to look for questions that they may not be expecting, but people would want to know. What is your average student going to want to know from this person?
Just some of the biggest pet peeves for the editing staff is stories that haven't been edited before they were sent to us. Stories that just have blatant grammatical errors, blatant spelling errors.
Before our workshopping period, I'd ask a couple of the other people to read over, and is there anything else that I can do?
It's a lot better to have way too much in your story than too little.
And I completely understand the nervousness that comes from saying, oh my goodness, like my homework is going to get published. I can understand like the pounding in your heart that comes from you finished a story and you're about to push the send button to the accent and say, oh my goodness, I'm at the point of no return. Everybody that goes through news reporting has a beginning, like starts from day one having no experience. There are people out there to help you, the news editor, the editor of the accent in general, other news reporting students that have gone before you, really talking to maybe some of the students that had your beat in the past and saying, hey, who were some of the good sources to talk to? You have a huge responsibility to do a good job with your work. And yeah, it is a little nerve-wracking. By asking questions, you really can do a good job.
After taking news reporting, ultimately you'll walk away with better writing skills, better skills at critiquing your writing, better editing skills, better skills at talking with people and getting information and researching. Those apply to all aspects of life and other classes as well. So maybe it's not just about news reporting, maybe it's about life.